there folks, it's Kikoskia here and welcome back to Let's Play Neelix Cheese! Sorry, had to deal with that. Welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Voyager Elite Force, and when last we left off, we checked out the Doctor's personal log and then popped back up to the Hazard Ops level to go find quarters that I'd missed previously. Not only was there Chell and Murphy's quarters, there was also Beastman's. 3 sets of logs, and we also got on record that we've seen some Stasis Fireflies on board.
Hey, Monroe.
Who keeps saying hey to us? Is there an NPC in the walls? I don't know, but
Hey, Monroe.
I'm starting to have several questions about how this deck functions. There doesn't seem to be a lot on this level. So, we'll just have a quick look around. Really, who keeps saying hello to us? I don't know.
Hello.
Hello? Are there invisible crew members? I am unsure. But what I am sure about is this level's actually very small. It's only really sick bay. So, we will leave as quickly as we arrived and return to checking out the other levels. Let's go to level...
desired.
Go to level 9. Oh no, go to level 8. Astrometrics in the cargo
Deck
bay.
8, Astrometrics and cargo bay.
We can't go to 6 and 7. Game won't let me. So, there should be a figure here. There might be other things here too. This level has quite a bit to it, it would seem. We'll start by going this way, to a loading dock. Here we go. There are Federation cargo containers. And perhaps a weapon that we can get. Hello.
Crewman, can I help you?
Yes, you can tell me what's in this container. Is it Neelix cheese? If it is, I have to destroy it.
Crewman. What?
You're not going to answer me. Fair enough. Hello.
Hey.
Can I help you?
Yes. Looking for Neelix cheese. Hang on. Found some there. Carry on. And hello, you.
Hey.
Can I help you?
You can. What colour blue are these? These regulation standard blue?
Hey.
Sorry, don't have time for chit-chat.
Fair enough. Let's grab this figurine. This one is of Chell. I think I have to go around this way to grab it. There we go. We now have 6 of them. Now I can't get to there from here, but I can go up here. Right? Yes, I can. There we go. Super happy fun lived. Super happy fun lived. There we go. And we can go look around. Ah! There are some weapons here. I can't grab them, but there's a lot of weapons here. Now we can go this way, like we did in the main campaign. This will bring us to this area. Now, is there something on those? No, there isn't. What are you doing? I don't know. Did I press that? That doesn't open. There we go. There we go. Super happy fun lived.
Rick.
What the? What do you want?
Am I
Hello.
interrupting something?
Oh, man, Monroe, lay off.
Calm down, crewman.
Hey, don't you have a mission to go on?
No,
What was that all about?
I don't know what that was all about. Do I need to shoot this? I might need to shoot that. Ooh, 7 of 9's logs here.
Rick.
Well, what?
What are you doing here?
Rick.
Hey, Monroe, I'm busy here.
I'm gonna shoot this. It doesn't do anything. Okay. I can do nothing but this. But it was worth checking out. Now it's time to read this. Ooh, not many entries for 7. 7 of 9, Stardate 53832.0. I've spoken at length with Lieutenant Commander Tuvok, Lieutenant Torres, and Crewman Chell about the possibility of creating a weapon to overcome Borg defences. I proposed a weapon that randomly modulates its energy burst at an extremely rapid rate. Tuvok and Torres seemed to think the weapon wouldn't work because of the heat it would expend. Crewman Chell offered several suggestions on how I might overcome the heat dissipation problem. I will endeavour to try and build an infinity modulator. Stardate 53835.64. The initial tests for the iMod are proceeding well. With the 4 variations of the weapon I tried the holodeck shooting range, one fired without exploding. I find this outcome heartening, and I will continue developing modifications to the device. 1 out of 4 is not bad when it comes to creating an entirely new weapon. Stardate 53842.0. After speaking with Crewman Chell, I have redesigned the iMod's coolant system, and it appears to be working. I was able to fire the iMod 5 times in a 4-minute span without the weapon melting down. And you only made that better as time went on. Stardate 53850.2. The Hazard team will begin training with the iMod on their holodeck simulations. This will be an excellent way to determine the effectiveness of the system. I suspect there will be difficulties with the weapon, but nothing that cannot be corrected. Stardate 53854.72. My work on the iMod has been delayed due to the fact Voyager was transported a vast distance by an alien probe. While in transit, Voyager was damaged and all major systems are offline. I'm currently aiding Lieutenant Torres and our engineering staff in making repairs. Good idea. Stardate 53854.8. Due to an energy dampening field Voyager is trapped in, repairs are proceeding slowly. So far, none of the major systems are online, and I doubt if we will ever be successful until we are free of this graveyard. I note that a lot of 7 of 9's personal log entries are quite short. Stardate 53855.0. Lieutenant Torres made an interesting proposal that isodesium would make an excellent power source. I agree with her. Though it is a very rare substance, it would function even in the energy dampening field. Should the Hazard team be able to locate an amount of isodesium, repairs would proceed much quicker. And we did. Stardate 53855.17. The Borg attacked the Hazard team while they were on the scavenger base. Both Lieutenant Foster and the isodesium were taken. In anticipation of a rescue mission, I have begun construction of enough iMods for the entire Hazard team. Stardate 53856.8. I will be accompanying the Hazard team on their mission to the Borg Cube. Our main goal will be to retrieve the isodesium. A secondary goal will be to rescue Lieutenant Foster. This will be an excellent chance to see the iMod in a real-life situation. I trust it will function without difficulties. Stardate 53857.0. The iMods functioned perfectly. They were able to overcome Borg adaptive shielding and fire at an acceptable rate without overheating. We were also able to recover both the isodesium and Lieutenant Foster. And that's it for log entries there. Huh, I thought there'd be more. Can't go in there. Can't go here either. So the only way we can get here is using this. Well, let's use that. And get back up. Super happy fur lift. Super happy fur lift. So there's nothing here. I can shoot this one. I can shoot that one. I can shoot this one too. I was about to save, but then I realised there's only one save slot for Virtual Voyager, so let's not use that right now. I could get over there, but I don't think we'll be able to achieve very much by doing so. So, you know, you really shouldn't walk over the boxes like that, crewman. Oh, who am I kidding? You're not going to listen to me. Ooh, the cargo log. Oh, there's a lot of stuff here. Oh, there's a lot of stuff here. Let's read some of these. Anti-grav units, 32, condition new. Quartermaster initials, AVB. Okay, everything's juddering in the background. Let me stop that. There we go. It stopped. Atmospheric pumps, quantity 12. Condition reconditioned. AVB initials. Barostatic filters. Quantity 61. Condition unknown. Quartermaster initials KH. Bipolar torches. 12 new. AVB. Central cleaning processors. 64 new. AVB. Coil spanners. 21 reconditioned. KH. Communicators. 37 new. AVB. Desealer rods. 45 reconditioned. AVB. Dualitic inverters. 12 reconditioned. KH. Dino scanners. Sadly, they do not scan for dinosaurs. 14, reconditioned, AVB. EMT armbands. 64, new, AVB. Filter masks. 148, new, KH. Gravitic calipers. 10, unknown, AVB. HI processors. 2, reconditioned, AVB. Hyperspray cartridges. 327, new, KH. Hyperscanner. 14, new, AVB. EM iron rations. 213, new, AVB. Not surprised that they have iron rations, just in case of an emergency. Isolinear optical chips. 3,642, new, AVB. Krellide storage cells. 22, reconditioned, KH. Lamps. 46, new, AVB. Phasers Type 1. 38, reconditioned, AVB. Phasers Type 2. 34, new, AVB. Phaser rifles. 41, reconditioned, AVB. Quantum torpedoes. 136, new, KH. Tricorders. 24, reconditioned, AVB. Did they have quantum torpedoes in the show? I don't know that they did. Either way, let us leave here and keep looking about. Some turbolift is there. We want to keep exploring. See if we can find something. There's Astrometrics. There's a turbolift. And here, we cannot go. Okay, so the only way we can go here is Astrometrics, which we're going to go into. Hello, Seven.
Ensign Monroe.
Hello.
If you wish, you may access the astrometric and xenologic records from that console.
Thanks.
7.
Crewman Beesman appears to have an unnatural fascination with my alcove.
Oh?
7.
Are you purposely trying to sabotage my efficiency rating?
No, I was just having a chat, but... There we go. Okay, let's grab this action figure. We now have 7 of them, and now it's time to use this.
The Avatar is largely a mystery, but it is speculated it was a first attempt by the Vorsoth to create an ultimate warrior, or it is a unit designed as backup to the Reavers. These creatures attack using a psionic blast which causes physical damage by overloading the synapses of the brain. Vulcans, Betazoids, and other telepathic races are particularly vulnerable to this attack.
Interesting. So they are an earlier creature, rather than a later one.
Featured in the black and white serial The Adventures of Captain Proton, these insidious creatures were the creation of Dr. Chaotica. Born in Chaotica's labs of dark science, the Biohulk is a menace to Captain Proton, his trusted best friend Buster, and Constance Goodhart, his beautiful secretary.
Why are things from the Adventures of Captain Proton here? Captain Proton isn't real after all.
The Borg are a race of cybernetically enhanced beings who strive to achieve total physical and technological perfection by the assimilation of other races and cultures. Borg communicate with each other by a subspace network called the Collective. Intelligent and merciless, the Borg are considered by many to be the Federation's worst enemy.
Considered to be the worst enemy of pretty much all species in the galaxy.
The initial contact with this race was almost a disaster when a hazard team inadvertently awoke these aliens from their stasis chambers. The Etherians thought they were under attack from scavengers and defended themselves. Primarily a telepathic race, the Etherians eventually managed to communicate with the hazard team and put an end to hostilities.
We're glad for that.
Appearing to be a member of the crustacean family, the Harvesters were perfectly designed by the Vorsoth. Their main function is to storm a victim spacecraft and remove any equipment of value. They will also remove several crew members to add to the DNA of the Reavers. While not particularly strong, Harvesters attack in vast numbers and overwhelm their victims.
They do say that everything evolves into crab.
This Delta Quadrant race is organized in packs that are led by a member called the Alpha. The Hirogen travel in search of prey. Status within each pride is gained by hunting victims considered worthy. Hirogen closely study their prey before attacking, believing that will prevent the hunter from becoming the hunted.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
This flying security robot was discovered on the Dreadnought gunship. It attacks with lasers and rockets. While not sentient, the Hunter bot has a rudimentary intelligence that makes it a difficult security measure to overcome.
Now we have this information here.
The Imperials come from a continuum that coexists with our own, but on a different dimensional plane. In this mirror universe, virtually everything from our universe exists, but it is opposite in nature. In the mirror universe, the Federation was named the Terran Empire and ruled the member planets with fear and brutality. Imperial females are perhaps even more cunning and tenacious in battle than their male counterparts.
I wonder what happened to these logs when Voyager returned back to Earth.
The USS Enterprise crew discovered the mirror universe after a transporter accident occurred during an ion storm. Several subsequent meetings have taken place with the crew of Deep Space Nine. The latest encounter with this savage universe occurred when the USS Voyager was trapped in the forge dampening field. Imperial males are violent and suspicious, almost to the point of paranoia.
Now we move on to the Klingons.
While females of the Klingon race are not allowed to have a seat on the High Council, they are able to attain high rank within the military. As proud and strong as the male of their species, Klingon females are not to be taken lightly.
And now, Klingon male.
A race that holds honor above all else, the Klingons were originally a dangerous enemy to the Federation, but have since become a valuable ally. There are significant gaps in the knowledge of Klingon physiology, due in part to their belief that injured warriors should be left to die. It is known that Klingons have multiple redundancies of all major body functions, which makes them very resilient to physical damage.
This can be seen with Worf being thrown about here and there during various episodes of The Next Generation.
The Melons are a Delta Quadrant race that generate an immense amount of toxic antimatter waste. On a daily basis, they dumped 6 billion isotons of toxic antimatter into a populated region of space known as the Void. Voyager ended this practice by sealing the Melons off from access to the Void.
Polluting is just not the way, Melons.
This creature was the creation of spliced DNA stolen from the Forge's thousands of victims. Called ultimate warriors by the Vorsoth, these creatures are quick, strong, and cunning. These life forms attack from a distance with explosive balls of phased plasma, and at close range, they use their tritanium-enhanced claws.
Tritanium. It's like titanium, but even better.
The Scoutbot was an automated guard robot discovered on the Dreadnought gunship. Given intelligence by the smaller and vastly more sophisticated Headbot, the Scoutbot will attempt to incinerate its enemy with powerful lasers.
And they certainly tried.
8472 is the Borg designation for a life form they attempted to assimilate in late 2373. Species 8472 proved impervious to Borg attacks into their domain, fluidic space. Species 8472 responded to the Borg incursion by launching a counterattack that seemed destined to wipe out the entire galaxy. A tentative treaty was reached with this species due to the efforts of the Voyager crew.
Tentative is the key word there.
The Warbot is a massive automated drone built by the makers of the Dreadnought gunship. Fully automated with adaptive artificial intelligence, the robot is built purely for confrontation. It is capable of tearing transparent aluminum with its powerful claws and punching holes through solid titanium with its weapons.
It's interesting that they keep making comparisons to transparent aluminum. I know it was a plot point in Star Trek 4, but I never really did much research into the material itself. I probably should.
Bania.
Bania is a planet at war with a neighbouring culture, the Numeri. In 2371, Tom Paris and Harry Kim visited the planet Bania in hopes of receiving aid in repairing Voyager's navigational array. While there, Paris was accused of having murdered Tolan Ren, inventor of Banian warship technology. Paris was found guilty and forced to relive the murderous act over and over through the use of memory implants. Paris was later exonerated when it was discovered he'd been framed by a Numeri spy.
Dedestris.
Home of the Sicarians, a race that had technology capable of traversing light years in seconds. To the dismay of the Voyager's crew, the Sicarians had their own prime directive that would not allow them to share their technology with other races.
Dryan 2.
A technologically advanced civilization, the Dryans were discovered to age in the reverse of most other humanoid species. Born in an adult state, the Dryan grow smaller and more innocent as they grow older. Almost 3 decades ago, they shifted their interests away from technology, and they're currently in a state of isolationism.
Earth.
You know, I've seen a lot of pictures of Earth. I don't think it looks like that. It certainly doesn't look like an egg. What timeline are Voyager in that Egg Earth exists? New canon. Egg Earth canon. Located in Sector 001, Earth is home to a human civilization and Starfleet Command. Although visited by various alien races throughout its history, Earth was originally contacted by extraterrestrial intelligence when a Vulcan scout ship noticed the warp signature of the warp-capable starship that was being tested by Zephyrin in 2061. In the 24th century, Earth advanced to a near-utopian state with no poverty, crime, or war.
Canon 4.
A seismically active planet that resembles Earth in the Pliocene age, Haddon 4 is home to a race of tribal proto-humanoids. The crew of Voyager was stranded there after Kazon intruders took control of the ship. Voyager was eventually regained with the help of the emergency medical hologram and Ensign Suda. I'm now noticing that every single planet is egg-shaped in this.
New Earth.
This name was given by Captain Janeway and Lieutenant Commander Chakotay to a planet they were stranded on after being infected with a virus transmitted by insect bite. Despite the frequent plasma storms the planet experienced, they were marooned there because of the airborne immunity the atmosphere provided against the virus. 6 weeks later, a cure was developed, and Janeway and Chakotay were able to rejoin Voyager.
Ocampa.
The atmosphere of this planet was accidentally devastated by the Nassim over a millennia ago, leaving its surface a desert. Out of guilt, the Nassim moved the Ocampa race underground and has provided them with power for their city and protection from enemies such as the Kazon, Ogla. The final Nassim caretaker died in 2371, but the Ocampa were left with enough stored power to last until 2376. Then there's this one.
Planet Hell.
It was the nickname given by stellar cartography to a planet that closely resembled primeval Earth. The sentient repto-humanoids that populated the planet were nourished by the high levels of trigenic vapors in the atmosphere. It was visited by Voyager in 2370.
Rakosa 5.
This heavily populated planet became the mistaken target of a Cardassian dreadnought missile that had originally been launched from the Alpha Quadrant. It was anticipated there would be over 2 million casualties if the dreadnought was allowed to achieve its objective. Fortunately, the dreadnought was stopped by Lieutenant Bellardo Torres, chief engineer of Voyager. Good thing too.
Teresia.
A planet populated largely by women, the Teresians claimed to be the true race of Ensign Harry Kim. They said his embryo had been implanted in an Earth woman to infuse the Teresian race with new genetic material. It was soon discovered the Teresians had implanted their DNA in Ensign Kim during an away mission as part of a ruse. Had Kim been unable to escape, the Teresians would have killed him after extracting enough of the genetic material they desired from him. That's an episode I don't remember seeing. And so, when we come back, folks, there's not much left for us to do on this level. We will head down to the next floor, activate subdirectory a list of security code accessible areas. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Well, there's not a lot we can do here otherwise. And when we come back, folks, we will head down to the next level. There are more things for us to do. We still need to visit the holodeck, launch a shuttle from a shuttle bay, and visit Deck 15. How we get to Deck 15? I'm not sure. But we'll find a way. Monroe always does. Neelix cheese! Whew. Low score. Oh, there's more! Why does it keep appearing in my lifts? I don't know. How much Neelix cheese did we not notice because we were reading those Astrometrics entries? Oh dear. We might have to sweep the entire ship after this, just in case. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not. If you are subscribed, press that bell for those notifications. And I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.